Hello everybody and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I have a reading that you guys voted for in my community poll. We're going to be looking into your future in when it comes to love and romance, just what the future holds here. We have 3 groups from which to choose from today. Please do remember that this is a general reading and not a personal one, so there's absolutely no reason to take anything personally if something is not resonating. Just take what does, leave the rest. If you would like to get a personal reading, I do those over on my Patreon. The link to that is in the drop-down box below. So go ahead and pause the video, do whatever it takes to meditate and select whichever group is calling to you, and let's get started. For those of you who selected group 1 with the Kiwi Jasper, which is definitely one of my favorites, this is going to be your reading. Let's see what the cards have to say about the future of love and romance for you guys. And oh wow, look at this. We have the 4 of Cups, we have the Lovers, and we have the 9 of Cups. I love that Lovers card, it's just fantastic. We have Fire, we have Artist, and we have the 2nd house of love with Taurus energy, and then we have Commitment. This is the messages from Aphrodite. This is like love advice and stuff like this for this particular oracle card. And it says commitment. You have found or are about to find someone who has serious intentions. That is fantastic. So the main zodiac signs we have coming through are Gemini and Taurus. So think springtime. So with spring is definitely your jam. It is a very exciting time. It is a time of rebirth of, you know, it's just, I love spring. Fall and spring are my 2 favorite seasons because they are transitional periods where it feels like anything is possible, you know? And spring always has that vibe of pure excitement. Like love is in the air, the birds and the bees, you know? It's just a very thrilling, like a time where I always personally feel very alive. And it's like you have that inner fire that is sparked, and that's why fire is coming up here, that, you know, to pursue your goals. It just, everything feels fresh and new because the beginning of Aries season is the astrological new year, and it is the time of rebirth. We're right back, you know, if we're following the zodiac wheel, we're right back to house 1. Okay. So what I see here is the 4 of Cups. Love is right under your nose and you're not paying attention. That is straight up. And it's somebody who's in your immediate area. Remember, this is a general reading, folks, and this was a voted for reading. So just keep that in mind for all the people who are new here. This is what my community voted for. So, and speaking of community, this relationship is literally right in your local area. It's right under your nose, you know, and I'm going to say, I totally get this vibe for this group, and it's total wish fulfillment. It's everything you could ever hope for in a relationship. It's very positive. There's a lot of passion. There's a lot of creativity between the 2 of you. And it's very interesting because we have 2nd house that is lit up here, which is Taurus's house, which is of the 2nd house. Has to do with the self, but it also, it has to do with your self-worth, but it also is ruled by Venus. So that is definitely associated with artists, and also that passion of love, you know, that fire, that spark, that connection, that chemistry for sure. And, you know, it's like right under your nose. Like seriously, you guys are not paying attention. And I can, like I said, I can relate to this because I never thought I would end up with somebody who was like literally from the same town as me. And I ended up marrying somebody who was from the same town and even went to the same school as me. But we weren't in the same like classes or anything like that. So it's freaking weird how that happens. You expect the unexpected. This is definitely this kind of a vibe here. I get the sense that also either you or they are very creative, or both of you are. Like you do something very creative or artistic with your job. Now, what does this mean? you can be doing anything and be creative with it and have an artistic flair to it. You could be in finance, but be a fabulous artist. Okay. You know, this could be dealing creatively with finance even. So with the second house, it says meet through work, friends, or at a cafe or food event. Bing, bing, bing. And you know what's funny? A food event, and this is like, this often can indicate like imbibing a lot, like, you know, lots of wine, lots of partying, lots of drinking kind of thing. This could even be like some kind of like wine festival or something, to be very specific, or it's some kind of party where there is some sort of different types of spirits or wines or beers or something that are being featured. Like it's like a giant festival where there's a lot of that going on. You could be going to this with your friends or whatnot. And this could be even how you meet this person for some of you, some kind of food event where it's like paired with alcohol or wine or something like this. And then this goes on to say successful partner, comfy life together, warm-hearted or warm heart through thick and thin. This is your ride or die, you guys. How amazing is this? Someone here is definitely striking pay dirt. Yes. So let's take a look at the commitment card and see the extended message here for that one. What does Aphrodite have to say about this? And we have, you've discovered or are on the brink of discovering someone with genuine and sincere intentions. This individual is deeply committed to fostering a meaningful connection and is willing to invest their time and energy into building a lasting relationship. Yep, totally. Their interactions are clear and they approach interactions with honesty and authenticity. This card serves as a reassuring sign that true and genuine connections are on the horizon, bringing with them the potential for deep emotional fulfillment and mutual respect. This comes as a natural result of staying true and committed to yourself. Now, remember what I said, the second house is definitely the house of self-worth. What do you have going on your second house? What zodiac sign is there? What planets do you have there? This could be a definite like thing for you in this lifetime. It's part of your soul DNA, you know, because that's what your natal chart is. Telling you like this is something that you need to work on within your lifetime, is building up your self-worth. And once you do that and you feel comfortable, then everything else just falls into place. So for somebody specific here, this could definitely be the message here, to be working on that. And it's the additional meanings here are a long-term relationship is coming your way, strong bonds, commitment to your goals and yourself. That's like the key to this, you guys. And then serious intentions. How serious are you about love? That's another thing. And how serious about yourself? How much self-worth? Do you have enough self-respect and self-love? Because that is literally going to, like, whatever your vibe, you attract your tribe, you know? That like what you put out there is what you get back. It's like if you go at the world with positive intentions and good communication. So this is Gemini's card. This is all about communications and how you speak to yourself and how you speak to others and how you speak to the universe. And like if you're opening yourself up to that to come in, you can't. Gemini is very social. It's a social butterfly kind of, you know, energy. So hiding in your house, you know, in front of a computer screen all day long, or avoiding meeting people is not going to get you anywhere in regards to love and romance. Obviously, you've got to be social. You've got to put yourself out there. And literally it talks about meet through work, friends, cafe, or food event. This is social. You know, literally the person could be right under your nose. And the two prominent signs that are popping out here, of course, are Gemini and Taurus. You know, that could be the sun or the rising of the person. Maybe they even have a fiery moon or something. So very, very interesting. This looks like your ride or die for somebody here is definitely coming in. It's really kind of freaking awesome. I mean, this is a beautiful energy. And that is kind of like astrologically, everything that's going on right now with the shifts of all the outer planets and stuff like this, it's definitely changing the game for a lot of people. So if you're coming at the world with positivity and you know your worth and you have a lot of love in your heart, you won't be alone for long. And, you know, you're not afraid to talk to people, smile, meet people and stuff like that, then you're going to be fine. because it's literally, it's right under your nose, you guys. It's right there. Okay, pay attention, open your eyes. All right, so thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell. Again, if you'd like to get a personal reading, you can head over to my Patreon. The link to that is in the drop-down box below. Thank you guys for being with me, and I'll catch you next time. For those of you guys who selected group 2 with the Sakura agate, this is going to be your reading. Let's take a look and see what is coming next for you when it comes to love and romance. Woo! Okay, we have Mars energy with the Tower. You are shook. You're taking that leap of faith there with that Uranus energy. So we have Mars and Uranus highlighted here. And then we have Sagittarius energy with Temperance. We also have, here, I'll move these over here. We have Creator. And we have Wounded. We also have Libra with Love for our love aspect. And then we have Self-Worth. Okay, so this is really interesting because this exact subject matter was literally coming up for group 1, which is kind of fascinating. So Venus is also the planet of value. Check if you give yourself away too easily. It's funny it's mentioning Venus when Venus rules Libra. It also rules Taurus. And the second house is Taurus's house, and it is the house of self-worth. So yeah, that's kind of fascinating. You guys, some of you might, if you feel it in your gut, if you feel it in your intuition, that maybe you should probably listen to group 1, 2, because there could be crossover messages from that into this group as well. And it's funny because we did have fire mentioned, and we have Mars, which of course is a very fiery planet. And then we have Temperance, which is Sagittarius, which is a fire sign. This is the 9th house that is highlighted. For some of you, I feel like you guys have been wounded in the past. So it's kind of shut you off to looking for love. But something is going to occur, and it has something to do with higher education, spiritual searching, maybe work through like some sort of alchemic work, magical workings. Again, it could have to do with travel, like you guys are taking a trip and traveling somewhere, like to maybe even a foreign country. But you are taking that leap of faith. Something is going to occur here in the near future, which is finally, like, I feel like the phrase that is coming into my head is you're sick and tired of being sick and tired. And you're finally deciding, if I'm ever going to have something different in my life, or if I want to have love in my life or whatever, I'm going to have to change my tune. And there's going to be some sort of epiphany, spiritual epiphany, or something. Somebody is going to say something to you, maybe even a Sagittarius person, that is going to shake you to your core. And like, you're never going to be the same again. And it's going to rebuild. You're finally going to be brave and take that leap. And, you know, you're like, fuck it. You know, the universe is going to, what's for me will be for me. You finally get this through your head, and that love will come for me because you believe it will. And you are putting yourself out there and you're taking that leap. And sure enough, like you are the creator of your own future. I feel like you guys have been, some of you have been like playing the victim for way too long and pointing fingers and blaming everything from your past or whatever. When you finally are going to realize, hey, I'm the commonality here in all this, and I don't want to freaking live that way anymore. I don't want to live in the past anymore. I'm going to let it go, and I'm going to move the fuck on. And because I create my own world, I create my own life, and you're getting this fact, because straight up, people, this is the truth. It's like you decide when you wake up in the morning how you're going to be. You decide what you're going to do. You decide what kind of attitude you're going to have. You could have an attitude of gratitude, or you can wallow in self-pity and, you know, be pissed off and blame the world for everything, when really you have control over your own life here. You have free will, and you can decide how, even in shit situations, you can decide how you want to handle it. You can let it, like, you know, take you and draw you into the depths of freaking burning, rotten hell. Or you could rise above it and pull yourself out of that hell, you know, like Castiel and Supernatural, raise your ass from perdition, okay? And you can literally choose the life you want to lead. And I get the sense it's this through this higher truth. Maybe for some of you, like practicing meditation, if you've had trouble with it in the past, try yoga nidra first to start out. Why? Because it just teaches you how to relax and shut the fuck up. Straight up. It's like conscious relaxation, and it teaches you how to relax the body. This is the first step in, learning how to relax the mind, because you're focusing your energy on each body part and fully relaxing it. And it's really good for deep sleep and stuff like this. So try that to begin with if you've had troubles. And again, it's called a meditation practice for a reason. You're not going to be a professional at it right away. But I get the sense this group desperately needs to start doing that, because maybe in the past you've had some pretty crappy thoughts or attitudes towards yourself and others, and those have to be released. And finally, you're reaching that epiphany moment where you realize, hey, I am the creator of my own, universe. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to change it all, and it's like shooketh to the core. Okay. I also get the sense okay, so temperance. This is temperance. This means to balance. It's not going to extremes. And we have Libra, balance, the scales. Y'all need to learn balance, not going to extremes. Learning, to balance the masculine and feminine within you. Learning that work and play, there's a time for each. You need to balance out your life more. This is what's blocking, bad attitudes and not having any balance or temperance in your life is literally keeping you from the love of your life. And like I said, the signs that we have here are Libra and we have Sagittarius. Again, this could have to do with stelliums in houses in the 7th or the 9th. It could have to do with placements in Sagittarius or Libra, yada, yada, yada. Okay. So, but if you've been wounded in the past, it's time to get over that now, because you've wallowed in these wounds long enough. You deserve better in life, and you're finally figuring out that, hey, if I want to change my direction in life, I have to change my attitude. And that's what I see here. And it all comes down to self-worth. Now with the Libra card, it says true romantic, happiest with a partner, well-dressed, needs someone well-mannered, committed and loving. So maybe in the past, you've been with people who were total douchebags, and they were slobs. Maybe they sat on the freaking couch all day and freaking drank themselves into oblivion, or smoked too much weed, or did too many drugs or something. Maybe this could have been you. Like having to deal with this crap. You need somebody who's romantic, who understands, who is a partner, who is an equal. Okay. You guys need an equal to be happy in your life. You need somebody who's actually committed and loving. But in order for that to happen, you have to be committed and loving to your own self and your own self-worth. So it says wants to make things work, attractive, wants balance, strive to make you happy. So for some of you, you definitely could have Juno and Libra. And if you have this placement, I know exactly what you feel. You definitely do need this. This is the perfect description of the Juno placement when you have Juno and Libra. Now let's take a look at the self-worth, okay? And also self-worth, when you have proper, healthy self-worth, you know what healthy boundaries are. Boundaries are not blockages. They're not walls that you put up. And I think too many people out there believe that boundaries means that you're putting up a fortress around your heart and yourself. That's not what boundaries are. Boundaries have to do with self-worth and respect. And it is about acceptance and learning what you will accept and what you will put up with and what you will not. And that has everything to do with self-worth. Again, people who put up boundaries, they claim they're putting up boundaries and they're just building a wall around themselves. That shit's going to get tumbled down right here, like in the Tower card, because it doesn't work. That extremism bullshit doesn't work. Libra is where it's at. It's about making it work. It's about harmony. It's about peace. It's about partnership. It's not about me, okay? So self-worth, drawing this card indicates a pivotal moment in your life where you are called to recognize and honor your worthiness from within. It encourages you to release self-doubt, negative self-talk, there it is, and limiting beliefs that undermine your confidence and self-esteem. Instead, embrace a mindset of self-love, self-compassion, and self-acceptance. Embrace your uniqueness and authenticity, recognizing that you are enough just as you are. Trust in your abilities, talents, and intuition, knowing that you have the power within you to create a life of purpose, joy, and fulfillment. Another meaning is that you give too much of yourself away. Now is the time to fully value yourself. Some people may not be worthy of your attention. That's where the wounded came from. It's like you weren't paying attention to red flags in the past, or maybe you just had to go through that so you could learn what red flags are and what you are not going to put up with. You know, this is what sometimes happens. It makes me laugh. All the people out there who try to hide from relationships and dating because they're so afraid they're going to get hurt. But you know what? That's what makes you stronger and makes you figure out what the hell you don't want in your life. Sometimes you have to go through this kind of shit in order to realize your self-worth and recognize it in, you know, the worthiness of another as well. It takes two to tango, as they say. So, you know, nobody's perfect. And this is how we learn and how we grow. So all the people who are promoting that you should just be this perfect, absolute, perfect person through every fucking relationship and every situation that's extremely toxic, because it's not reality. It's just not how the world works, folks. Okay. You got to risk it to get the biscuit. And, you know, obviously you want to be in a place where your mindset is healthy. Duh. I mean, that's just fucking common sense. Okay. But at the same time, there's no such thing as perfect. And I think too many people have promoted this perfectionism bullshit. And now they are like getting older and they're still, you know, wanting love, but they have, you know, the older you get, the pool gets smaller. And that's just the reality of it all. And it's true. So if you're young and you're watching this, don't hold back. Go get out there and enjoy your life and have some fun. You want to approach it though with balance. You don't want to go to extremes, and you definitely want to learn about self-worth. And sometimes, you know, people are going to do things that aren't exactly, you know, your cup of tea, but that's okay. You know, recognize it and then move on. Okay. Like I said, the world is not a perfect place. You are not a perfect person, and neither is anyone else. So you are missing out on extraordinarily beautiful moments in life and opportunities. If you are living in this mindset where everything has to be absolutely 100% perfect and every little freaking box on your list has to be checked off of exactly how the perfect partner is going to be. I mean, come on, that's just not reality. That's called projecting, and it's toxic as fuck. You need to realize that each person has their own path in life. They're their own person, and you know, their own sovereign within themselves, and they have free will, and you know, they're going to have, everybody has something. Okay, like seriously, I have been, you know, married for 30 years. You think my husband hasn't had like habits or something that bug the shit out of me? Sure, he has. Just like I have annoyed the shit out of him sometimes, but that's how you learn and you grow, you know, and you work it out. And it's like you deal with it, and you either accept the little things or you move past it, whatever. You know, there's some people out there who can't handle one little flaw. And those are the people that are going to be alone for the rest of their damn life, straight up. And when I say little, I mean pathetically petty little things. It's really gross. So anyway, so additional meanings are low self-esteem, imbalance of give and take. See, there's the imbalance of give and take. That's where the temperance and the Libra is coming through here in this message. It's like, have you been the one who has given so much, and that you haven't gotten that in return because you don't know the self-worth? Or are you the one who is constantly taking and never giving back? Because it could go either way. So low self-esteem, imbalance of give and take, investing time in individuals who are not aligned with your values or aspirations. Like literally, like some people are just like, you know, they'll settle for somebody that they know is very toxic for them, and they will stay in that relationship. Maybe they have too much fixed energy. Okay. This is mutable. This is cardinal, which this gets shit done. And this is hey, I get along with everybody and I can adjust, you know, that kind of energy. You know, I get the sense that once everything is copacetic here, and if you guys, like for those of you who have been really working on yourself and knowing your self-worth and stuff, your person is going to come in very suddenly. And it's like, expect the unexpected. It's divinely timed and you cannot predict this. It's going to be a giant surprise because we have these two cards here. But this person coming in is definitely going to balance you out. That's for damn sure. And you guys will be the perfect partners for each other. It's like their strengths will be your weaknesses, your strengths will be their weaknesses, and you come together and you partner, you teach, you grow, you are harmonious. I mean, that is like seriously a descriptor of like people who have been, like all the people, including myself, who have been married for a very long time. That is what it takes, you know, is that, you know, spending a life together is a challenge, and it is growth, and it is work sometimes, because when you are faced with challenges, your relationship gets tested, and a lot of the times it will have to do with money. That's a big one. That can actually cause a lot of divorces. Money will, and you know, just like disagreeing on, this is why it's like you need to be clear from like, as you start to get serious in a relationship, talk about the needs and wants, like where you want to go for your future. You compromise, you work things out, whatever it does. It takes compromise sometimes, but it's like, honestly, it's very interesting. Like whenever like we have compromised on things, it's like it always works out for the best. And like the person who was like against, like, oh well, I don't really want it that way or whatever, like after you compromise and you're just like going through the motion and you're doing what your partner wanted or what they were thinking about doing, it always works out. And like you learn something about yourself too in the process, where you never thought of something in that way. You get to see things from a different perspective, and it actually makes you stronger. Now you can do this also, and it just like, oh, this is not working for me, whatever. And then you compromise again and you work it out. You know, that's what a relationship is. You know, I think people have been living too much in, you know, fantasy land sometimes, where they think everything is a fucking Disney movie or some shit. And it's like, that's not the world. You know, that's fun and all, and it's fantasy, it's escapism is what it is. But, you know, sometimes, I mean, we have wounds in our life. And this could even come from a past life, like something that needs to be worked through. And that could be why you're coming together with your partner. But like I said, there's definitely love, wants to work, wants to make it happy. I feel like that could be a big yes for somebody here, is that in a past life, you guys wounded each other pretty damn good. And now you're coming together to make amends, and it will all work out. So anyway, very interesting group here. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell. If you are interested in getting a personal reading from me, all the information over on my Patreon is down in the drop down box below. Thank you guys for being with me, and I'll catch you next time. Our last group with the Ruby Matrix. This is going to be your reading. Let's see what's coming next for you when it comes to, wow, whoa. So we have the Five of Wands, we have the Judgment card, and we have the Devil card. Damn, that's some heavy duty energy. We have Capricorn energy here. We have Pluto energy. We also have Secret Love, Lover. We have Scorpio with Love. And then we have Aphrodite's Temple. Your energy transcends this physical realm. Envision your dreams. Well, somebody here is headed for a pretty intense relationship. Now, when it says secret love, there could be multiple things that this means. This means that you got to keep it on the DL because of professional purposes or reasons, which does happen where, because I mean, we literally have the 10th house highlighted here, where you could end up, I feel like that you're coming together, and this is Pluto ruled, by the way, Mars and Pluto. Mars is the original ruler of Scorpio, and then Pluto is the modern ruler. This is an intense relationship that is coming your way, and it has something to do with your career. This could be a love affair with a coworker, a boss, somebody in the same industry as you, something like this. And there's some sort of debate about it. Again, there, you know, I feel it's mutual though. Like you're not like trying to fight this or anything. It's like, yeah, for professional purposes, we should probably keep this on the DL. We're not ready to let everybody know about this quite yet. That could be what this is, most definitely. This is a transformational relationship. You are on the precipice of great change and transformation in your life. Whenever Pluto is involved, we're dealing with wealth. Scorpio is very good with shrewd business matters, and the 8th house has to do with investments and other people's money. So that could be where this, you know, takes place, or it has to do with other people's money. Really, really interesting. I mean, they are one hell of a lover that is coming in here. Again, we have Capricorn energy and we have Scorpio energy. Now, the Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. There is definitely an age difference here, I feel, as well. Whenever we're dealing with Saturn, we're dealing with authority figures. Pluto and Saturn are both very karmic planets. There's definitely, you guys are from different generations. That is, I'm really feeling that. Most definitely. Now, the 5 of Wands is very interesting. I feel like you're in an area where there's like, you guys are like debating on how you're going to go forward with this. Again, like like this takes place, like somebody here, it's like in a big city. Okay. There's no doubt about that. And you know, like this couple right here looks very professional. It's like you guys are completely addicted to each other. That's what I'm seeing here. And you're like, no way am I giving this up. It's too damn good. Okay. The loving is too hot, too damn good. You know, there is like when we're dealing with the 5 of Wands, especially when it comes to career stuff, since this is so career heavy that I'm seeing here. This could have to do with something like where you're dealing with a lot of red tape or gossip or something like this within the workplace. Okay. This also can reference, like when we're dealing with the 5 of Wands, anything that's like has to do with like talent scouts or agents, even professional sports, that can be a thing. Anything where we're doing like a lot of physicality within our job. It also talks about competitive, like being competitive jobs, competitive work. Maybe that's why there's the DL here. You got to be on the down low, because maybe to get into the position that you were offered or given, it was like, you don't want people to think that, oh, you slept your way to the top. And that is not the case here at all, what I'm feeling. This is one of the things where you worked your ass off to get where you're at. And now you can't help it that the freaking person who is in charge has got the hots for you and you have the hots for them. I don't know. It's like, that's just like what I'm seeing here. There's some sort of keeping it on the secretive level, for the sake of just staying out of a bunch of bullshit and gossip and crap, you know? It's just like, you don't want to deal with that. It's like your personal life is personal and private, and you're going to keep it that way, because nobody needs to know. It's none of their fucking business. So, and Scorpio is very, very, very secretive, and so is Pluto. So, yeah. So with the Scorpio card here, it says mysterious lover. There you go. Brooding romantic, emotionally deep, loves sex, intense lover. Yeah, they're a very intense lover. We literally have secret love, lover, and intense lover. Willing to commit, powerful devotion, needs profound connection and meaning, possessive and private. That's why. It's like they want to keep their life private and you want to keep your life private. It's like, it's nobody's damn business. It's like you guys are like fucking power couple vibes. That's what I'm getting off this. And it's like people would never, you guys are good at like keeping it quiet and hush hush. And it's going to pay off in the end, you know. eventually you'll be able to drop the ruse and just be yourselves. And I get the sense that that's what you're waiting for. It's like you just have to wait it out just a little while longer, and then you can let the cat out of the bag and just be. And, you know, but at the beginning here, it's like you have to keep it private. So with Aphrodite's Temple, let's take a look at this card. My hair. So reality extends beyond what meets the eye. It's the opportune moment to tap into the potent spiritual forces beyond our 3D understanding, especially when conventional efforts seem insufficient. This card encourages acknowledging the spiritual and magical facets within while staying rooted. If you seek assurance about your dreams manifesting, this card assures you that the goddess and your spirit team have heard your request. Another interpretation of this card suggests creating a sacred space for yourself, establishing a tranquil and aesthetically pleasing environment where you can connect with yourself and your loved ones can be highly advantageous. So, you know, creating a beautiful atmosphere and stuff where, like your love nest, basically. Creating this is like, even as of right now, it helps to shift your consciousness to attract more love into your life. When you surround yourself with aesthetically beautiful things, you take on that energy yourself as well. So the additional meanings is spiritual forces, divine presence, envisioning, creating and setting up a sacred space for your spirituality and sensuality. So this is like key to it. You have to like learn to create these beautiful spaces, to switch your mindset and alter your consciousness to bring and attract more into your life. Because I get the sense that you guys do this and create this, you know, it's like your own little love temple in your home, where you live. It's definitely going to attract more bounty into your life, more abundance for sure. Because think about Aphrodite, aka Venus. You know, that is it's the lesser benefit in astrology. It does bring rewards, especially material rewards, money. And I see a lot of like wealth here, through the career and stuff like this. And it is about you being shrewd and private, keeping your private life out of your business world and really going after your goals and envisioning what it is you want for your future. And you can definitely have that. Like I said, this group, like somebody here is definitely going to have power couple vibes. And it is you guys are fucking awesome. Like, that's like what I'm feeling is like badass. Like you guys are the couple that I would want to invite over to dinner, you know? Because you're smart, you're savvy, you're business savvy, and you give good advice. That's like what I feel like in the future. And you guys are such a fucking good team at this. I feel like you guys bring, more wealth and abundance into other people's lives. Like that's what you do. You help people to do that. So again, like I said, I definitely invite you over and pick your brain to see what you had to say, because this is fucking cool as shit. All right, guys. So that is what I am seeing here. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell. If you are interested in getting a personal reading, you can head over to my Patreon. The link to that is in the drop-down box below, along with my website information as well. Thank you guys for being with me today. Yeah, and considering what came up in this freaking group, highly recommend you checking out Hunting the Empress book. The link to getting a copy of that is also in the drop-down box. All right. Thank you guys for being with me today, and I will catch you next time. Bye-bye.